All right, let's talk about one of the ways guys are set up on the street, from the street end of things. So, one of the most common ways of being set up, if you have oppositions, enemies, people that want you dead, they want to take your life for whatever reason. We're not going to go into the reasons that might be, but at the end of the day, people want to kill you. Typically, if people want to kill you. One way people will set you up to get you on the X, and the X is where they've planned an ambush for you, is using the honeypot or the honey trap. The honey trap is something that's been used for years, probably hundreds of years, but the term honey trap or honey pot was kind of, I guess that term was brought into prevalence during the Cold War. It was a trick the Soviets would use against American diplomats, spies, business owners, whatever it might be, government officials. So what they would do is they would get an attractive male or female, depending on what your orientation was, and they would use that individual to seduce you, to get you into a compromising position where they would take pictures or video and try to coerce you into spying for them or working for them. So back in those days, if you were a married guy, you didn't want your wife and your kids to find out that you had some hot Russian honey on the side. On the flip side, if you were a married guy but you were secretly gay, which that happened quite a bit, guys would get married to disguise the fact that they were homosexual. That would have been an even bigger scandal. It would cost you your job back in those days. Because there was a lot of ignorance that went on, but you didn't want to be exposed. So a lot of these guys were either forced to retire, resign, or comply with those wishes. So let's transport that forward. In the hood, if somebody wants to get you, one way they can get you is, say for instance, I've had a crush on some girl from the hood named Maria, and I've been trying to get together with Maria, get to go on a date with her or have some alone time with her for quite some time. All of a sudden, out of the blue, Maria calls me up and says, "Hey, why don't you come over, let's do some Netflix and chill." Okay, shoot, I've been trying to get at Maria for a while, so I'm running down to my car, slide over the hood like the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm all in the hormones and everything else going crazy and driving me to do this. Well, Maria just set me up. Maria put me on the X. My ops were waiting for me, laying in wait, and as soon as I got there, the ops took me out. Okay, so that's one way guys get set up, is with the honey trap. I've worked on civil cases where guys were murdered, and the way they got these guys on that particular spot, these were guys they couldn't get a hold of because they stayed on top of their game. This one particular guy didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't do anything wild, he didn't go anywhere. The only way they got at him was by using the honey pot or the honey trap. So that's just one way guys can use to set you up. Don't put yourself in that position that you're so thirsty that you disengage your brain. And look, I get it. We've all had Marias in our lives, women that we just really wanted to get together with, but don't put yourself in that spot. If you do, you're going to find yourself lacking. You're going to get caught lacking, get caught slipping, and anybody can be caught slipping. You just want to reduce the amount of times you get caught slipping. Anyway, it's your boy Russ. I'm out.